right, Miss Aurorah is back. Secured entrepreneurs, let's keep this going, okay? Here's yet another email that came in here. And as always, I want to thank you for emailing. Please continue to do so at info@aurorahdayconsulting.com. Please press that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not. All right, now, I do not know if this is still considered a tweet. I know that the platform is X. So some secured entrepreneur, comment below and let Ms. Aurorah know if this is still considered a tweet. But 5 of you sent an email, 2 of you sent the actual post. This is something that Mark Cuban posted on the platform X, and you all are saying, can you please explain this type of tax bill? All right, here's what Mark Cuban posted. He says, I pay what I owe. Tomorrow, I will wire transfer to the IRS $288 million. This country has done so much for me. I'm proud to pay my taxes every single year. Tag a former president that you know doesn't. Now, Mark was Petty Paul and Petty Patty for that one. Okay. And you all are saying, Miss Aurorah, how could somebody like Mark Cuban have a tax bill this high? Okay, you're asking this question because you don't understand the type of taxes that a business, not a person, because these are not personal taxes, a business has to pay. Okay, so in this video, Ms. Aurorah is going to tell the secured entrepreneurs and all of you who are visiting, hey, what type of taxes could have created a tax bill like this that Mark Cuban is so proud to pay? And it doesn't have anything to do with personal taxes. Okay? Can we do it? All right. So for those of you who do not know who I am Miss Aurorah Dey, and this is the Secured Entrepreneur Movement. Now, this tax bill is a primary example as to why it is a majority of new entrepreneurs have no interest in creating a large corporation. They don't want publicly traded companies. They want their freedom. They want to be able to go where they want to go, the way that they want to go. They want to be able to enjoy their profits. Okay. They want to buy liabilities that make them feel good for a time. Okay. They don't want to report to people. So this is not appealing to a lot of new entrepreneurs. However, part of the issue as to why people get started and they start these large things and then they willfully desire to give it up and are very happy when they sell, because these are the things that most people who get into business are not really told about. It's not until the tax bill comes that they realize, okay, this is not all profit. All of this is going on. There's not too much training that they're going to get, unfortunately, and this happens to a lot of people. And the other unfortunate thing about this is there aren't too many people talking about this on social media. So you're missing all of this, which is why you're sending Ms. Aurorah this email. So number one, we're talking about the business income tax. The business income. Anytime that you have a business like a corporation, because let's get real. Mark Cuban owns a lot of companies. What do we got? The Dallas Mavericks, right? AXS TV, something like that. We know he has a Course Plus, which is his drug company. He's got Alicia's Bakery, right? I think it's something called Fireside Chat or Fire Chat, something with fire. I'll put it up here so you all can see that. I mean, the list goes on. So you can't be surprised that this person would say he has a tax bill of $288 million. Look at all the companies that have to pay the tax, right? So if you've got a corporation, we all know that this is a tax on the federal level, the local level, the state level, right? The business income tax has to be paid. So that's tied up in there, right? And then you've got employment tax. So when you have a corporation like this and it has employees to which you have to think about just how many employees this person would have inside of all these companies. Okay, the company is responsible for the Social Security tax, the Medicaid tax. I think also what would be involved in there is unemployment. They're paying to unemployment, something like that. But let's stay on the tax. Okay, so not only would the company have to collect the Social Security tax from employees, the Medicare tax from employees, the federal tax from employees, the state tax from employees, the company is also responsible for paying some monies on behalf of the employees for Social Security and Medicare, things like that. Okay, that's all tied up in there. A majority of people just go to their job and they know that they're paying these taxes, but they never think about the role that the company is actually playing, that the company is responsible for collecting that. Okay, and so yes, they have to pay it to the Internal Revenue Service and to the state when the time comes. So that's tied up in there. Then we've got sales tax, right? Depending on the company's location, the nature of the business, the company would be required to collect and remit sales tax on certain goods and services. That's tied up in there. All right. Property tax. If the company owns real estate, you've got to pay property tax. Okay. So that's probably not tied up in this monies that he is giving to the Internal Revenue Service, but it has a lot to do with tax that a company would have to pay. Okay. Now, this is how one of the VIPs from April came on board. As a matter of fact, it was his sister who watched a video here on YouTube. She opted in for the Sole Proprietor to CEO Mastering Tax-Free Wealth. She saw it, she said, okay, this is what my brother needs. All right. Once again, people don't want to be bothered with all this stuff. They want to have a simpler way to do business and earn the monies that they are comfortable with earning, whatever their financial goals are, right? Okay, so we said the property tax. So then we have to think about the excise tax. If you sell alcohol, tobacco, fuel, things like that, you are paying excise tax. Okay? How many of the secured entrepreneurs know that if you are hooked up in a franchise, some states charge a franchise tax just to have the privilege to operate in the state? All right, it's very real. So when you're asking about a tax bill this large, you have to consider that Mark Cuban owns a lot of companies and there is a lot of business income tax that he would have to pay. There is a lot of employment tax that he would have to pay. There it is. So if that's not anything that you have an interest in, because you're not interested in getting this type of bill from the Internal Revenue Service, you're not interested in having to pay the state where your business is operating any type of tax, things like that, you have to think about your geographical location, right? What state are you in? Is this a state that is charging me tax for doing business here? What's going on? Okay, and then let's go here. No, I do not know what taxes Donald Trump did not pay or is not paying that caused Mark to make this post. It's clear to me that they have something personal going on. Okay, that there's some personal situation there as to why he would even put himself out there like that, but it's all good. Okay, so for those of you who have not, please go down in the links below and check out the Sole Proprietor CEO program, because that's what we're on here in the Secure Entrepreneur Movement. You're not interested in this having this type of tax bill, okay? You don't want to run a business like this. And then, of course, if you have not watched the Mastering Tax-Free Wealth training, go down in the links below and you can get that, okay? That's what Miss Aurorah wants to share in this video. You all know you can find me, Miss Aurorah Dey, at AurorahDeyConsulting.com. And until next time, ta-ta.